Well, hey, everyone. Hope you're having a great day out there. My name is Warren Howe. Now, today we're going to talk about finding how do we find growth stocks and opportunities. Yep. My first question is where do you look for? Yep, you guys, where do you look for to facilitate your ideas? And what do you do essentially to find a growth stock? Now, when it comes to growth stocks, we have to understand growth lies everywhere. We could find a value company that we deem as value, yeah, because of not their growth rate could not be exciting. That's why we deem it as value play, but there is growth nonetheless. So my question is, how do we deem whether or not that is a growth stock? Well, as long as they have the potential to increase their earnings, their cash flows, their services, reach a wider audience, adoption, then they could be classified as growth. Just as long as they are able to grow their business overall and they deserve a bigger market cap later on. Now, we already identified what's a growth stock. It could be a value play growing. It could be a high growth stock per se. So then the next thing is to ask ourselves, how do we find that? Yeah. I like to talk to my circle of friends, fund managers, analysts, yep, research reports, yep, analyst research reports. I like to look at Seeking Alpha. I don't know if you guys appreciate Seeking Alpha. I like to look at Wall Street Journal just to get on the news. Finding the next growth stock may not be as hard as we think. Just so as long as we are more in the market, we are finding and creating our own luck by talking to more people. I'm pretty sure we can get there. Yeah, you can call me a leech because I like to be looking at YouTube videos. I like to be constantly reading. Yep, I like to be constantly on the search for the next stock because, as you guys know, I manage my own funds. I manage other people's funds. Yep, small family office. So I'm in a constant search for investment ideas simply because my job is to allocate capital. Now, the question is, are you doing that? Are you creating your own luck? Yep. Another way that we could find a growth stock is to be looking at the top-down approach. Now, we talked about this, I think, in a separate live that we had. Top-down approach would be looking at sectors. First of all, is it a sunset sector? Yeah, we do not want that. Is this sector going to be benefiting us or the ways of future consumption in 5 years, 10 years to come? We could start off there, and then we could evaluate and filter down whether or not where do they belong in the value chain. Yep. Then only touching on the core, the fundamentals. Yep, top down. So we could even start with businesses or growth sectors that we understand. It's as simple as looking at 3D printing companies or artificial intelligence that is solving a data analytics problem, or a disruptive company that could be disrupting a traditional way of business, for example, real estate, brokerage. Yeah. So we could start off that on those sectors and businesses that we totally understand before we move on. Finding opportunities could be as simple as doing reading. Yep. Constantly on the search for listening to YouTube ideas or CNBC. The most important thing is that we do not just follow, we have to fact check. We have to give our own evaluation. Now, I can admit, the stocks that I've been investing in since September 2020 or even before were actually initiated or found by YouTubers, Seeking Alpha reports, and friends. But I do not just blindly follow. I do my own due diligence, and I make sure that it's within my competence that I fully understand the business or the sector before I start dipping my money in. I hope that makes sense, guys. So the ultimate question we should be asking ourselves, Are we looking at top-down approach? Yep. Are we creating our own luck by constantly being on the search for these type of companies, especially growth stocks? Are we talking to the right people to enhance our knowledge? And are we in the right community to be actually facilitating, cultivating good ideas, increasing each other's knowledge and curiosity, because the willingness to learn will drive us further, right? So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got some value out of that. My name is Warren Howe, and I'll see you in the next one.